Had either of y'all heard of Mac Miller before he died?
Mm-hmm.
You had you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had.
So I'm the only one that hadn't. I definitely.
Didn't you pick this?
I did. I did. But I picked it after he
Nice.
died.
Ah, okay.
I kind of feel shitty doing that. Like, I don't want to associate this guy with his, the worst moment of his life and that of his relatives. I mean, I feel like there are a lot of people, and we went through this a little bit when we did the Marvin Gaye talk. Right. That it's unfortunate that someone's death a lot of times can overshadow everything else.
Yeah.
And I think that's not to get all corny, but I think that might be why I wanted to have one of his albums on here, because I'd heard so many good things about his music, and I wanted to listen to it. And this was my first exposure to any of his songs.
This was, I think I've heard like one or two just kind of in passing, or like, somewhere I was at, they were playing that song, or a song, but I couldn't tell you Mac Miller's song.
Yeah.
Is this, like, where does this fall in his discography? Is this his last album?
Number 5, and it was the last thing he did, I believe, before his overdose.
Was there like a posthumous release? I can never say that right.
I think you said it right.
Because I've seen an album called Circles that came out in 2020. Maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that planned for release, or was that like a mishmash of stuff he was working on?
I don't really know. It looks like it ended up being fairly popular. I guess that's no surprise.
Yeah, this did he pass last year?
Yeah,
I thought it was longer.
This album was released posthumously on
2018.
In 2020.
Swimming was?
No, Circles.
Circles, okay.
His death was in September 2018.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this was the one he released right before he died, I think.
Yes.
Swimming
was.
Yes, getting the timeline correct.
Yeah, and then after he was gone, they finished up his album, producing it, whatever.
Yeah.
Circles.
That's got to be crazy.
Yeah,
yes.
Must be.
I always think that too with like Batman, like finishing up that with Heath Ledger.
Oh yeah.
Didn't they?
All his parts were done though, right?
I think you're thinking it's they didn't have to do anything with him on that. He was doing a movie called Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. That was when he died during the shoot, and they got like Colin Farrell and JGL and a bunch of other actors of a similar height and build to come in and like wear the get up for it, because it's a very like flamboyant movie, a lot of crazy costumes.
Okay, but still, Batman came out after he was dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. It's like to continue working on a project that somebody.
Sure. But it's not like they had to like pretend he was in the
exactly.
scene.
Yeah.
Like it's still Mac Miller's content. It's just it was
that is
put
crazy.
together by
that's
someone besides himself.
Yes.
That is definitely crazy.
Yeah.
But
And that's got to be.
not to digress.
No. There's
interesting.
There's a song on here that I think it was his highest rated song in terms of the charts.
Really?
Self-Care.
Okay.
And there is no secret as to why. And it is just awful that is what sparks that popularity. But I mean, you can't. An album like this, I mean, this was about his breakup with Ariana Grande is a big part of the fuel for a lot of these songs.
Ariana who?
Ariana Grande? Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know.
I thought you knew. But
I know. I was like, dude, what do we do?
Yeah.
Oh, I could not let that go.
No.
I figured you were doing a bit.
Yeah.
You're too good.
Always assume. But yeah, and that was very much a driving force.
Do you know what he OD'd on?
Yes. I believe it was cocaine, fentanyl, and alcohol.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Quite the narc smoothie, for sure. It was he was
cocaine and fentanyl.
Mm-hmm. And booze.
Isn't that like a speedball? Is that what they'd call that?
I think a speedball is technically cocaine and H fused together.
Fentanyl is like,
but I mean, it's a downer and an upper.
Yes.
Same premise.
Yeah. It's don't do it. Don't do that. And
that's crazy.
That's our message to you kids out there.
Right.
Yes, to all our many kid fans, 3 different ones.
Yeah, we're a big hit with
yes,
with the youths.
Absolutely. So we're doing this album.
I guess is it popular with young people?
I
think so.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, he's not that much. He wasn't that
I
much
heard
older
about
than
Mac
us.
Miller a lot when I was in college.
Yeah, I did
Like,
too.
I feel like he was very popular. With
Sure. But I was thinking like middle school, high school. Is it popular?
Oh,
with
dude,
those
this
people?
seems way too
Probably
much
too
for
old for
those
that.
kids.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like what's new for them is like a month-old song is considered old. So.
By the way, I think fentanyl is what Prince died from, and also Tom Petty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a pharmaceutical thing.
Yeah, it's like a
And
painkiller.
is that what Michael
or a
Jackson
sleep
died on
thing.
too?
Yeah.
I think it's right.
I want to
Yeah.
say it is.
Yeah.
So
What do they
is
call
like-
it? Twilight sleep?
Maybe.
I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, I mean that sounds
That's
right.
a serious one. Like,
It's caused a lot of celebrity deaths.
Right.
yeah, I forget what.
Just shuts down your system, I guess.
Yeah, and people are always like, "Oh, it's like 100 times more powerful
Than heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Which is nuts.
Like the dosing is
I didn't even
like
think that'd be possible.
I know.
way more concentrated.
It's nuts.
It's like, man, it doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah, no. Yes.
Bad idea.
And on that happy
Good
note-
segue into Come Back to Earth.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Maybe cocaine to fentanyl.
given
Come back down from being sky high.
I mean, given what's to come on the album, this is definitely a solid opener.
Yeah.
I thought it establishes that very atmospheric,
Very
early.
dreamy.
Yes,
like-
I had that adjective written down a lot
Yep.
on my notes.
A little soulful too.
Yes,
You know?
and that definitely escalates more
Yeah.
as the album goes on.
I had no idea what to expect with this.
Me neither.
Like I don't know. Like I knew it was.
I
kind
heard he
of
was a
rap.
rapper,
Me too.
but that's
Yeah.
what made this even more surprising.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, there was not that much rap
Yeah.
on this album. I didn't think.
No.
No, I
It's
don't think so.
very. I did see jazz rap listed as a
Okay.
genre, which
I
makes
could
sense.
definitely see that.
Yeah,
It's got kind of a soulful, but also very like late. I mean, it's very like sleepy,
Late night.
sounding and
Like
yeah,
post 2 a.m.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
and
definitely got that.
possibly high on several things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know. I was like, dude, if it was any more laid back, like it'd be asleep.
I know. The way he sings sounds like he's
Yeah.
yeah,
Almost lazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
It's
totally.
real.
cadence.
And it's very, it adds to just kind of the sadness and the,
Yeah. Agreed.
I mean, I think that's kind of what he's trying to get across.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the first one was one of the stronger tracks on the album.
Yeah.
There were a lot of like different moods throughout that song too,
Mm.
which I like, a lot of different feels,
Yeah,
which I thought it was a great opener.
yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Just cause like I said, I had no expectation. I didn't know what Mac Miller sounded like. Like it really surprised me.
I like his voice.
Mhm.
It's weird hearing him sing, almost kind of like he's half asleep. But
Yeah.
for this
Yeah.
sound, for the music that's on here, I think
It
it,
fits.
works.
Yeah.
I got a little tired of his voice.
It's a long album.
It is a
Yeah.
long
There's a
album.
lot of songs on here.
Yeah.
I was surprised by the length.
I was
Yeah.
too. I was too. How about Hurt Feelings?
Yeah, it just it really is more of a continuation. It just picked up a little bit in terms of just the tempo, but
Still so chill.
yeah,
Didn't like this one much.
it didn't stand out.
Yeah.
I didn't
No.
think
Kind of liked it.
those sticky synth chords that just kind of hang over everything and maintain that kind of
Good description.
eerie vibe. I mean, because it's just you just hear them so much. That's just they never go away. I didn't. I didn't really care for this one, but
Yeah.
What's the Use was such a stark contrast to that.
Dude, the
but
funk.
synth funk vibes, very strong. on
I
this
really
one.
like the bass line too.
So great.
Yeah,
that
bass line was great, and
so great.
again, I was on the plane, so it was it was hard to make out some things, but I just remember this line. He said, "So above and beyond," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so clever!"
Yeah.
Like so above and beyond, like above, beyond.
Yeah,
Never thought of that.
Yeah, it's like, man.
I did think his voice sounded a little whiny in this one, but the music was so fun, I didn't care.
Right.
I was fine with it.
This might have been my favorite track.
It was
The
awesome.
bass was great.
I
and
didn't like it.
the bass player that's on there, is a guy that's known as Thundercat.
Whoa.
Good name.
Yeah. He's a he got famous because he was in the band Suicidal Tendencies.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he's worked with Flying Lotus, Kendrick Lamar. I want to say he's in a band or something.
Generic.
But yeah, he's in a band or something. No, he's been in several bands and is just kind of a known guy. So he played on that one song.
That's cool.
It's a killer bass line.
Yeah, it was. Really liked it.
Yeah, I loved the. It really breaks down at the end. Kind of goes into this like synth-fueled haze there, where you can't really tell what's happening. I like that. I like the weirdness there.
Yeah, I thought it was a well-produced album. Sorry, I cut you off.
Not at all. Go for it.
Wow.
I got more to say. You're good.
No, that's. Oh, I was gonna say I think I like kind of just the instrumentation.
Yep.
More than the songs themselves or the singing.
Fair enough.
On this
Yeah,
album.
definitely.
That's what stands out.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I did hear that Outkast was a big influence on him.
Really?
Would that surprise, or would it make sense to y'all?
I mean, in terms of vocal stylings, I can't think of a more polar opposite.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I was on a plane again, and I didn't have access to data, so like I couldn't read the lyrics along to these songs. But like, I hear some lines, and I'm like, man, that was really clever. Like I didn't really love his voice or anything like that, but I could really appreciate some of the lines.
Yeah.
Like that, I could see like some Andre 3000.
But maybe the production of their records, like kind of effect-wise, or the jazziness.
I'd have to hear which album he's
Yeah.
referring to.
Yeah.
You say Outkast, and right now all I think of is ATLians.
Yeah.
I know
That's-
that's not.
Not that. Not that. Very, very different. Very different vibe.
I also thought that this song was kind of Daft Punk-like with that bass line.
Okay.
It kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah.
It's got a real funk
Yeah.
feel to him.
Yeah. Almost disco-y.
Great choice for the number 3 slot. That
Yes,
doesn't always work
exactly.
out, but I thought like that's the Graham's rules of album design. The great one's got to be at number 3.
3 or 4, I guess.
Do we have any Daft Punk albums?
I don't think I put one on mine.
You put one.
Did I?
You put...
Random Access Memory?
Yes.
I should swap that for Interstellar 555.
Is
It's
that
like the
also
movie
DP?
video. Huh?
DP?
Mm-hmm.
Did they break up recently?
That's what I hear.
Okay. That wasn't a fake headline?
No.
I feel like when you're two people, though,
Yeah.
it's... But yeah, I guess they did break up.
The Simon and Garfunkel conundrum.
Right, yeah. I know. I wonder which guy is considered like the Garfunkel of the band. I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what they want.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Their hats.
Yeah.
How about Perfecto?
I like the use of the vibraphone on this one. It definitely enhanced that dreamy feel, that fantasy kind of sequence to this whole album. The horns and the strings at the end were kind of a nice surprise. The song itself, though,
It was an odd beat.
Yeah.
It was so slow.
Off-speed tempo.
I was
for
like,
sure.
damn, this guy is chill, and this is like slow for him being that chill. You know what I mean? Like, relative to the album, this was slow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Slowcore.
Yeah. Slowcore.
That's apparently a genre.
Really?
Yeah.
Does
Wow.
Perfecto fall into that category?
Slow.
I don't really know. I think slowcore is more of a
Core.
indie rock thing.
Core.
Mm-hmm.
How about Self-Care?
Boy, it's a downer.
Yeah.
It is.
it's the had that weird beat change, but halfway through, and it gets all
I like the beat.
that
Yeah, and there's
airy
that like
synth and that glitchy quality to
like
it.
dramatically slows down.
Yeah, it went from claustrophobic to weightless in about a half sec.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of an interesting shift. I don't know. Sort of a space funk vibe on this
I can
one.
see that, yeah.
And you know, just kind of, I don't know. I definitely have Miller's story on my mind throughout the song, especially given the surge in popularity it got after he died. And yeah, fans get weird about that kind of stuff.
Did they?
Yes. That's there's always, I mean, especially now with so many people die of overdoses like this. There's like speculation of like, it's foul play, like was it suicide? You know, it's that kind of crap.
Oh yeah.
I was reading some stuff about that last night.
Yeah.
Oh, with Chris Cornell and Chester.
Oh yeah.
I was digging into that, and I was like, "This is odd."
Yeah, it is.
Is that a QAnon thing? Because I think I've seen something.
I've seen so many different things.
Yeah.
Like Chester died on Chris's birthday.
Oh, man.
I know, just some weird stuff.
Were they friends at all?
Apparently, yeah.
That's the Linkin Park singer, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy though. It's like, I don't know, just like hearing this album, like not knowing anything about Mac Miller, I'm like, is this guy all right?
Yeah.
Like, I just got the feel, just the sound, the vocal delivery, like,
yeah,
somebody needs to check on this guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
For sure.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, not kind of, it's very sad, but.
Sure.
Yeah.
How about Wings?
Was this about Paul McCartney's band?
No.
The band on the run.
Unless they just perpetually depressed him.
Yeah.
That's the feel I got. From
It was
this.
so down tempo.
Oh
I was
my
like, man, this
gosh.
is too down tempo.
Yeah.
It's real weighed down by all these like, disjointed sounds. Like it doesn't. And with the title like Wings, I'm definitely expecting that kind of thing. So it really hit pretty hard, honestly.
Yeah.
It definitely continued the descent I'm in after Self-Care, and I think there's some allusions. I think Miller had a bit of a temper problem, and there's some
Can't see that.
some nods to that. Yeah, I guess it didn't come through in the music.
Yeah.
But yeah, it had I thought for a second there were snaps going on. So there was a strange, like there's a hollow tapping sound going on throughout this one. And I
couldn't hear.
Plain thing, yeah. But yeah, just I was happy when they hit a more airy sound in Ladders.
Kind of like Ladders.
It had a swing to it that I really liked, and some brass in there.
Yes.
I liked it, definitely.
Yeah.
I like the more like up-tempo, upbeat.
That was one of my favorites.
A little groovier.
I thought so.
A lot of it kind of ran together for me, but this one stood out.
Yeah, agreed.
I loved the chorus on this one.
Yeah.
The little interlude after it kind of made me want to dance a little bit, which was I didn't expect at all. Almost. Yeah. I was taking vigorous notes, so I couldn't step away. But the beat was there. I was feeling the beat, man.
There you go.
I like Small Worlds. Oh, no. I didn't see my note till the end.
You don't like Small Worlds?
But didn't move the needle. But I said classic soul feel, changes 1 minute out from the end.
Mm-hmm. This album had a very kind of soul vibe to it, especially with the instrumentation. Like, not so much... well, I guess the singing...
Some singing, too.
I mean, it doesn't sound like a soul singer, but it does. Like,
there's, like, a soulful...
A lot of falsetto.
Yeah.
And, like...
the singing part of it seems soulful.
Yeah, right.
You know who was actually on my mind when I was listening to this song?
Who?
Lord. Because this song is about kind of the shallowness of the rock star life and like the celebrity culture and how confined you really are and how it's perceived as like this thing that opens up all these doors, but he's picked the perfect name for this song because it's not. It really does kind of in ways tie you down and restrict you. And I feel like when people are saying like Lord is branching out, like this is like the theme she wants to sing about in a more interesting way.
Yeah,
I thought than any, because so many of her songs deal with stuff like that, and they don't ring true the way this one does.
Yeah, I would agree.
That emotive quality that you feel it even if you don't necessarily enjoy the song.
This is just more like experienced.
Yeah,
I guess.
and he's not. I mean, he couldn't have been much more like he could have been about 10 years older than Lord, something like that.
Let's see.
Probably close to us
He
in
was
age.
born in 92.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's
Yeah.
my age.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
when,
it's not.
when in 92?
January.
Okay, so he's like a year before us.
Yeah. Quick aside, someone did a brilliant dub of the music video for Solar Power, I think, her new song, and just edited in some like fart sounds to it. It's great. It's great.
Let's check that out.
Better than the song. But we continue. Conversation, part 1.
Didn't do much for me.
No, me neither.
Where's part 2?
I was wondering the same.
It's what it's about, man.
Kind of a dig move.
Fell asleep.
Oh, is that what it's about?
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
Just like,
Don't know.
No, I don't
Maybe
know.
that's the answer.
Yeah, that's.
And
Is that what you're saying?
don't know. I was almost asleep at this point.
Yeah. God, those echoes, man. That was
I was
tired
literally
me
almost
out.
asleep.
Yeah. So were the vocalists.
This, there's just this, like this and Dunno, I thought were the same song for a second, because Conversation ends with all the instrumentation kind of like fusing together into just this ether of sound, and then it leads right into the next track. So I had to check the listing on that one to make sure I knew which one I was on. And I'm really not sure how I feel about Dunno, frankly.
Like I said, I was almost asleep.
Gotta tap out.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna have a hard time with this album because like a lot of it, I'm like, man, this sounds the same as the other song.
The sameness was creeping in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Jet Fuel was kind of odd.
Yeah, I
Stood out
like the
more.
beat.
Yeah.
It was solid.
Kind of trip hop. A little
Yeah,
bit.
I think I've read that in the Wikipedia too. Call it trip hop.
Mm-hmm. About 2009. Little string intro.
I had a flashback to Fantasia with that string opening.
Oh yeah.
It was very body. It was shocking how full the sound was.
Cinematic.
It was. It broke with that kind of creeping eeriness that would seem to be recurring in a lot of these other songs.
Yeah.
So it kind
of cool.
broke the mold a little bit, at least at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then, after that, obviously, we get the, that nice little supple piano over Mac's sad voice.
Yeah.
And then we're kind of back to formula.
Sure. Sure. And then I guess So It Goes is a big song of his.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
According to the computer.
Yeah. I have
Man.
this. Yeah.
It didn't do that much.
That's
for me.
exactly what I put.
Didn't live up to the hype, does it?
I said it was ready for it to be over at this point.
Yeah.
It almost like he does the speak sing a little bit in here, and it was almost like I had Mac's rapping is really slow. I don't know if this qualifies as that because it was just so scaled down. I mean 2009 is not exactly a banger. I think that would have been a better finish than So It Goes. I'm not sure why this is such a massive hit.
Yeah.
I'm not either.
Maybe because it's the last song on this album. And not to distill it all down to a young man's tragic death, but I don't know.
Right.
That was thought to be like the last song of his we'll ever hear.
Yeah, maybe it has something to do with the backstory.
I would like to think it's not. I would like to think there's a better reason. Again, we've done this with our dear departed subscriber, RIH David Copperfield. If you can explain why this song is so popular, drop us a comment. I'd love to hear the case.
Wait, did he request this?
No, he requested a Lord album, and then after we did our review of Melodrama, he unsubscribed.
Oh, okay.
We think someone did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he may have passed, or maybe he was like, this is not really my thing.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's possible.
Oh man.
But yeah, I was
Dave.
underwhelmed to the 9th degree by So It Goes.
I'm gonna. I'll end this on a positive note.
Yeah.
I think I agree with Graham. What's the use? Is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I think that and Come Back to Earth, just because that was like okay, like I'm not familiar with this. I
Right.
kind of like the dreamy feel.
Yeah.
And then What's the Use was.
That's probably the best song on here.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Objectively
I liked it.
looking at it,
Yeah.
I don't think you can argue it.
Yeah.
I think Ladders was my favorite, but I love
See
What's the
though, I
Use.
feel like some devout Mac Miller fans would probably really like the stuff we disliked.
Oh sure.
Maybe so.
Like they would say objectively.
I'm
That's you know what I mean.
yeah.
I hate to pick it apart. Just it's I don't know.
Well,
it just doesn't.
No. It's this is still an album. You get to feel
It
how you
doesn't
want to
move
feel.
me.
Okay.
I don't connect with it.
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
It's nothing against it. It doesn't do anything for me.
Hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
No
You know?
better reason.
I
than
mean,
that.
I don't really hate anything we've ever listened to. It either moves me or it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
I can connect or I can't. I can't get into this one.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to rate it. I'd say
Average to low. I would, if that's how you feel. I mean, that's how you feel, man.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably gonna go with that because, like, I might listen to it again. I'm kind of interested.
The
in yours
album?
Well, some songs from it.
Okay.
But maybe the album. I don't know.
I could see it maybe growing on me.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's tough with this is just listening to something one time.
Yes.
I feel like it's really easy to, you know, and I mean, things take time to grow on you
Right.
or grow off you.
And with hip hop albums in particular,
Yeah.
which we've done
Same.
several, it's like, man, I need to really like study these lyrics and like. Yeah.
Right, because it's
It's hard
such a
to get
huge
it all in one
component with this
sitting.
music.
Yeah.
And it's like, hell, I didn't have the lyrics in front of me. I missed half of it.
I'm curious if y'all would like his earlier albums because from my understanding, they're more like rap.
I checked out the Divine Feminine, and
Yeah.
it's definitely different.
In a
This
good way?
was kind of there are similar themes, but the sound is not nearly as downer as this one.
I probably like that better than.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to say. It's kind of a weird artist. It's a
Would you
weird
recommend this?
discography. Me? Yeah. Yeah.
To who? I don't disagree. I just to who?
I actually think if you're looking, I mean, because this was my intro to Mac, and I liked it. I think that people can get into this. I would definitely, if it's someone who is maybe battling depression or substance abuse, might ask them to hold off on that till they can they're feeling up to it, because it's definitely a kick.
Yeah.
Regardless of the mood you're in. I mean, I was feeling pretty good when I put this album on, fellas, and this one left me. I was, staring in the corner for a while afterward.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know why I always thought of Mac Miller as like kind of like fun,
Oh yeah,
happy, go
Yes.
easy, like
that Post
rap.
Malone kind of
yeah,
energy.
like just real lighthearted, like
Yeah.
let's have a good time kind of rap.
I think most people did, and I think that's why.
Is that how his earlier stuff is?
Look at this album cover.
Oh dang!
It looks pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Kids.
Yep. I think that's why the death was so hard for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the fans were just absolutely beside themselves when this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they were even more shocked to hear that he had been dealing with substance abuse and these kinds of like addiction issues
Right.
for a while. And that, I mean, obviously, look at that album cover, and
Yeah.
just it didn't really come through in a lot of his music.
Mhm.
And that's also probably another reason why this was kind of this was sort of seen as his album where he is showing like some growth as an artist, as a person, a little bit. I think so. I think that's why.
Mm-hmm.
And even, I've been thinking about how I'd rate this one, and I think even removing the context of it and what inspired him to write the songs and what happened just before the album dropped, removing all of that, I still really really enjoyed it. I can jive with this kind of music, so I gotta say 7. Honestly, okay. It struck home for me.
Yeah,
and I've already listened to it again, and
Did you like it better going back through it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I could see that.
If it, I can't, like, if it doesn't click for you, I can't guarantee it'll feel the same about it. But yeah, I thought this was, this was a kind of a sad way to get introduced to an artist, but I'm already checking out his other songs, cool. And I thought clicked for me.
I'm glad.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I said hell yeah.
Yeah. I guess I already said, but I give it a 5.
Yeah.
So.
Dug that one song, but
there is that sameness to it.
Sure. And I kind of wonder where this ranks for the hardcore fans.
Yeah. I would think right after it dropped, it was probably considered pretty high. Mm-hmm. But I think probably maybe a few years in the rear view, they might, the consensus might be different.
I always wonder that too. Like on this stuff that's like out of normal genre for me, I'm like, okay, I listened to it once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I know how I view what I listen to. And it's like to others, it's like it could just be noise. Mm. You know, it all runs together, it all sounds the same. I hate to say that about anything because I feel like, golly, like very uncultured of me. But
no.
It does.
There's
so, you know what I mean, though? Yeah. Like, it's like I know I listen to stuff that people feel that way about.
Right.
You and it's hard to see it when you're in it. But
for
it's
sure.
Like, now that I'm...
Right.
That's what I like about doing this kind of stuff, though.
Absolutely.
Is like, I feel like it's substantially broadened my horizons. Whether I like what I'm listening to or not, I'm like listening to stuff I would never listen to all the time.
That's good.
We got. I remember you showing us the early reviews of our pornography video.
Wait a minute.
After the
Cure. The Cure's album.
They know what I'm talking about.
They might not.
Yeah.
After the shock of the negativity, it was really interesting though to read like, wow, like they see this music so differently.
Oh yeah.
I think that's awesome.
I do too.
I love that.
And it's like when I disagree with somebody like that, it's like, okay, like I would love to hear your perspective on like why you love this.
Sure.
Like help me understand.
Yeah, that's fun.
What you like about it.
Yeah.
I'm also equally, if not more, interested to hear why people don't like something. Because I find that kind of, I mean, if it's something that I like, sometimes it's kind of like entertaining or funny.
Right. Like, how do you not like this?
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Anything that opposes your own opinion of it.
Sure.
It's very interesting to hear.
Yeah.
Like if it's very strongly in opposition to your own.
Yeah.
But yeah. Glad I listened to it. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Any
Any last thoughts on swimming?
That's it.
The late Mac Miller.
No, that's all I
Send us off.
All right. Well, if you're still with us, thank you so much for stopping by. Again, hey, if you want to hear us review an album you like, just drop it in the comments. We'll put it on the list. We are 3 different ones, and we'll see you next time.